Okay, moving on to, oh God, this could be a podcast in itself. Let's move on to the Kings 11 Punjab, who go into the auction with, hear this correctly, 53.2 crores, which, as Noor pointed out, is one fourth of the total money available on the day. And add to that, that the rule by the BCCI is that you have to spend 75% of your budget, which means Kings 11 are going to be having a field day, just outbidding everyone for whatever they feel. It's literally like going into a shop, owning the old shop and saying, yeah, I want this, this, and this, and no one can stop them because they have the money to kill everyone on the bidding table.
To be fair, they do need an entirely new team.
Okay. Actually, I've thought about this and I've spoken to a couple of people, and I think they have the core of a very, very good team available. And with the 53 crores they have, they could really build. Okay, because if I look at a team, they've got 8, arguably 9 slots sorted in the team that they have.
Why don't you go through them? Like go through
I've got
the
KL, Mayank. They're going to play for sure. And then I put Gale and Puran at 3 and 4. Okay.
Yeah.
Then I put both of them, but I think finally only one of them will play, which is Sarfaraz and Huda. I think one of them will play because Huda had a brilliant innings. I remember that game.
Yeah, I remember. They could definitely have better players in those places.
Indian, I mean, it's either these two or you go for then what's his name?
Get Gotham back.
I don't see them getting Gotham back given the letting go. I can see them going for Shivam Dubey though.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe him. And then so one of those two. So that's why I said 8, maybe 9. And then you leave. Then I've left a slot there. There'll be an overseas all-rounder. Ideally, is what they need. A quick.
They need all-rounders.
And then I've got Bishnoi, Murugan, Ashwin, who both were very good last year. I thought. I mean, I know Murugan, but there's not many better spinning options. And then you have an Indian quick. I forgot about Shami. There's Shami. So yeah, Shami is there for sure. And then they even have the options. I mean, Ishan Purel was very good in this side. Mushtaq Ali, Arshdeep had a very good season last year. So they can play that. I mean, now that I'm thinking that I've left Shami out, so they play Arshdeep and or Ishan, then that leaves them 2 slots, which is the Sarfraz / Huda, one of the open slot and one other slot for 2 overseas players.
Right. Okay. So they need an overseas bowler, right? And they need an overseas all-rounder probably. And then sort of fitting people around in between there. And I think that whole 5 to 8 area is where they
arguably, I think they need 2 overseas all-rounders, one of which is a bowling, like a Chris Morris, and the other is a batting all-rounder, like what they had with Nisham somewhat. Because if you look at it, they've got KL Mayank, Gale, Puran, Sarfaraz, or / Huda at 5. And then you've got 6-7 open, and then you've got Bishnoi, Ashwin, Shami, and Arshdeep or Purel. So you've got 2 slots in the middle, which you'd ideally like someone who can bat. So I think Morris is a big buy for them if they go for him.
I think Morris and Shakib Al-Hassan.
Yeah, I can see them going Shakib. Yeah, for sure, I can see them going Shakib.
Shakib, I agree.
Shakib, Morris,
like Jai Richardson.
Yeah, Jai as well. I think it's a straight toss-up between Jai and because they can't get Jai and Morris. I think they'll both be quite expensive. So
yeah,
and they have loads of money.
I mean, they have 50 crores. They can do what they want. Really, at the end of the day, it's about who's driving the prices up. But
it's like being an Ambani.
Yeah.
Imagine being an Ambani.
How the tables have turned.
Imagine being an Ambani in a room where there is already an Ambani. That's some flex, man. But yeah, well, let's see who they get. And I think they definitely need backup. Indian backup, who there's not much available.
Yeah. Do you think they could go for someone like Kedar Jadhav for that little?
Doesn't really fit the mold of the team, does he?
Yeah, like, and I think they've got. I mean, I'd invest in Huda and Sarfaraz over going back to Jadhav.
Yeah, they like Huda and Sarfaraz could give you a similar output as we had from Parag. And who's the other guy for SRH?
Samad, Abdul Samad.
Not Abdul Samad.
Priyam Garg. Priyam
Garg. There we go. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I definitely think they'll go for youth. And I think Huda showed a lot of class in that one innings he played last year. Yeah. So I think they might give him a longer run in the team. And they'll let go Karun. So I don't see them going for him to get him back. But yeah, let's see. That's what Kings 11. So we've decided they need backups and they need overseas all-rounders.
They need to fit that middle area of their.
Actually, Shakib's an interesting one. I don't know. I mean, he goes under the radar so much. I can't even figure out which team I think are going to go for him.
He's the only. Okay, I was listening to a podcast the other day about like team selection in general, and according to the podcast or according to people who are talking, Shakib's the only real complete all-rounder in the game. And it's a controversial opinion, but a guy who will, in all three formats, give you a full allotment of overs and can bat anywhere in the top six. Except maybe not open.
Top six, yeah.
Not
First,
open. Not
if
open.
top
Yeah, not
six
open.
is your criteria, then yes. Otherwise, I was going to say Jadeja, but I don't think Jadeja can bat at 3 and 4.
Yeah, but also we also haven't seen Jadeja bowl his full allotment of overs in T20s for some time.
He does.
Not Chennai, he wasn't. But I think he was bowling like 2 overs a game last year.
And then there's also, I mean, yeah, Stokes doesn't really bowl his allotment of overs all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I mean, I guess he's definitely one of the best all-rounders in the game. Like even now, I was seeing some stat that he's one of the 3 players to have got a century and 10 wickets in a match in the same Test match. So let's see. It is so yeah. I think Shakib will be a big play. Let's see. A lot of teams could end up going for Shakib. Actually, it'll be interesting to see where he finally ends up.